Yo, yo, yo. What up, Raider Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Raider Ragu Show. First of all, give me a like, share, a comment, a subscribe. Also, on the audio portion, put it on auto download on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. And last but not least, let's not forget our sponsor, and we know that is Shebang Boutique.com. That is SHEE Bang Boutique.com. Go over there and get your girl something unique. Do that for me. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Raider Nation. So, Raiders finally got a victory in their four-game losing streak. They beat the Tennessee Titans yesterday, 20-10 at Allegiant Stadium. Um, my thoughts on the game. First of all, they played a really, good game plan. They had sound running game, and they took their time. It was methodical when they had the ball on offense and took a lot of time and basically just drained the clock and played good defense, which is the what Pete Carroll was saying he wanted to do. Hell, it was what AP said he wanted to do as well, if you keep it 1,000 Um, Patrick Graham's defense showed up. I thought about during the week, he had a soundbite where somebody had asked him about turnovers. And he was like, yeah, we still been preaching that. And, guys are whatever reason not coming up with him. And he basically was like, F that. He don't want to hear no type of excuses, man. Get some effing turnovers. And my main man, Devin White, was really listening. You know what I'm saying? Because he came and forced that fumble, which really turned the game when he forced that fumble down there by the goal line on the young fella. So then he ended up getting a pick right before the half ended. So he was really balling, man. He had a bunch of tackles too. So that at the heart, the Raiders had three turnovers. They had the fumble recovery. I believe Adam Beasley recovered that fumble that Devin White. Then Devin White had the interception, and then on that final play where Cameron Ward dropped back and the ball slipped out his hand or whatever, and the Raiders pounced on that. So they were there for all three of those turnovers. They were on the spot for the fumbles. Previously when the Raiders would get a fumble or cause a fumble, the other team would always recover. But in this game, the Titans were when they fumbled, the Raiders were able to recover the ball, which was good, especially that one that was right down there on the one and the one to end the game too, because it's kind of making it a little too interesting for my taste. Like I hate that long first down that they gave up after we had got the sack. This is fourth quarter. They gave up like a 3rd and 20. Right, the dude got like 22 yards on the 3rd and 20. Man, that was brutal. That was awful. We had a chance to put the game away right there, and they couldn't do it. So that's the one thing I'm disappointed in is they didn't put the game away like they should have. And it's always one play here, one play there, bro. They got a ball game together, bro, and look like a team that is, has meaningful ways of winning games. Like they have a program. Like right now, they still kind of like backing into wins or lucking into wins, man. You got to be able to put the game away when it's on the line to be put away, man. Put that thing away. But we still, we let them cats have a fighting chance. If they go down, score, kick it onside, you know what I'm saying? Now the momentum is on their side, and we, last seconds trying to stop them from kicking a tying field goal or even scoring a touchdown and winning the game. So the Raiders got to get better at putting the game away when they got it. The Raiders are now 2-4. Now all I could think about is the block field goal attempt against Chicago. Chicago came back on Washington yesterday, did a fantastic job, and beat the Commanders, which really kind of lets me know that the Raiders are on the right track, right? They got mollywopped by the Commanders, but we know that was a short rest combined with them having a long rest, right? And we still kind of got blew out though because I mean it wasn't cool because they didn't even have their starting QB and did us like that. So But the Bears pulled out the win against the Commanders, and the Raiders should have pulled out the win against the Bears. You feel what I'm trying to say? We don't get that block field goal. Cash Money gets a chance to actually win the game against the Bears at the end. We are a missed block away from being 3-3. The Raiders are a missed block, a missed assignment on a field goal away from being 500 to the Kansas City game and then a bye week after that. But anyway, great, overall good performance. Way to get back in the win column and balls. First of all, on defense, I'm gonna just break it down like this, man. Uh, Crosby, Laulu, and Devin White, man, all get game balls. Crosby had 2 sacks. Laulu had a sack. Devin White had a sack, a forced fumble, an interception. All that was in the first half, too, if I'm not mistaken, to go along with his 9 tackles, 4 solos. I do want to give an honorable mention to Blue Kelly. Blue Kelly kind of had a bounce back game. He had 5 solo tackles that led the team. So that means running his way, he was about that life over there. And sometimes, man, that's just important as pass coverage, man, in the National Football League. If they know they got a soft corner that they can continue to run at, and that's not going to set no edge, teams will exploit that. So they knew not to keep running Caillou Blue Kelly's way. And the Raiders defense as a whole didn't really give up too much on the ground. So Pollard got a little bit, the dude Tajay Spears got a little bit, but nothing that was, to write home about or nothing that was gonna really hurt you. They played solid defense, to be honest. They got the turnovers. They only gave up 10 points. And the 10, you know, they got that. They had 3 for a long time. They were really playing good defense yesterday and running the football. So those are the 3 game balls on defense. On offense, I'm gonna say we're gonna go Jeanty, Tucker, and Mike Mayer. That's right, Big Mike, man. I didn't had a lot of not so good things to say about Big Mike, and mainly just because he hasn't been impressive, right? But yesterday he showed up big in the absence of Bowers. He had 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Had that nice block and release tug where he backed on into the end zone. Um, so shout out to Michael Mayer for being there for us when Brock Bowers was out, and he might have to continue to do that. We don't know if Bowers is going to be back for the game against the Chiefs or not, and I'm thinking that they're going to hold him out so that he'll have. So he missed last week. He missed this week. If he misses the Chiefs game and the bye, that'll give him 5 weeks off of that knee. And I'm almost certain that's what they're going to do. So don't look for Brock against the Chiefs either. Um, Let me shout out to AJ Cole, man. AJ Cole is tough as nails. He made it and played yesterday. He had a questionable all the way up until Friday, but I mean Saturday. Then he actually got out there and punted, man, and punted well. So shout out to AJ. He's a tough guy. Also, yeah, so back to the game balls on offense. Jeanty. Jeanty is all that, bro. He is as advertised. He's a tough tackle, right? If you're gonna bring Jeanty down, you need help most of the time, unless you catch him like right after he caught it or something, and right after he's turning around. But if he has a head of steam and you talking about tackling Ashton Jeanty, you need some help. You can't get low enough, right? You can't get low enough. And instead of running dudes over yesterday, I saw him like absorb contact and carry dudes yesterday. So he would like thud into you and then keep his feet for another yard, 2 or 3. That's what he was doing yesterday. So he really demonstrated strength and talent yesterday, man. That is requisite of a first round pick, 6th overall. He really showed his stuff yesterday. Uh, Caught a pass out the backfield. and ran well, man. He only had, I believe, 65 yards, but that led the team, and it was a rugged 65. It was a 65 that we needed. Like he had 23 rushing attempts, and Geno had 23 passing attempts. Man, I love that. I love that. Right? Uh, that's balance. That's balance. And that's what we're gonna need going forward. If we could play like that, man, we're gonna be able to stay with teams. I'm not saying that we're gonna, beat everybody, but none of those, 40-6 and 41-24, none of that type of crap will be happening. If we lose, it'll be intense ball games that we are right there in just because of the style of play. If we're able to run the football ruggedly, and shout out to the offensive line, they did a good job yesterday too, for the most part, even though they gave up 3 or 4 sacks, which was not good. They still have to work on that pass blocking. And, they down a guy. The best guy is not playing. He's on IR. So for them to be able to run the football still and reasonably throw the football with some efficiency, it's a shout out to the O line, man, working hard, even though they down a guy, their best guy. Also, um, shout out to the coaching staff. They coached up a good, solid program, good, solid game plan, and the guys executed, right? So, game balls to Genty, Tucker, and Big Mike on offense. And then we had uh, Max, Devin White, and uh, uh, Jonah Laulu on the defense. So, man, my thoughts was it's a good game. Looking forward to seeing what we can do against the Chiefs, and then getting a bye week, trying to get some guys healthy, get Brock back out there, and make that stretch run all the way, to the end, man. We could be 3-3. It really, it kind of hurts the situation, but you got to keep playing football, man. Grown man tackle foot, no excuses. Just got to get out there and do your thing. So yeah, man. Uh, Raiders got the victory. Those are the game balls. Good victory. Way to get back on track. A block kick away from being 500, which I think we all would be happy with. But instead, the Raiders are 2-4, going to Kansas City next week. Coming to y'all live from Curacao. And like I said, I would. And the Raiders didn't let me down in the Caribbean. So that's all I got. Just win, baby. Peace.